we are not only one Paldeck closer to the launch of Palworld, but we are also in the week where we will get the Palworld release date. Now, a lot of people were preparing for Palworld to be delayed, but honestly, I just can't see that happening. But either way, this week we should find out. Now, last time we covered Caztecx, a very useful little pal with a fury of attacks. But now we are moving on to Paldeck number 9, Gorirat. Now, the brief snippet we have seen of Gorirat at the end of the Caztecx Paldeck makes me think that this could be my new top spot. Currently, it is Incineram, but this guy's movement looks insane. So let's do what we always do here. Let's watch the Paldeck all the way through, then go and break it down scene by scene. So, let's do this. Boom! That slam looks so good. Alright, coming in on the Univolt. Oh, a cool attack from the Univolt. Alright, that looked a little bit weird there. Oh, look at him stamping. Oh, that's clean. And he looks awesome, but Incineram comes in and gives him a couple of bops. Oh, look at this fight. This fight is epic. He does look a little bit weird. But there we go for the capture for the Gorirat. Little pet, he looks so good. That movement! Oh, we're ending off with an interesting end scene there as well. Now, that may have been my favourite when it comes to the fighting scenes. The clash there between the Incineram and the Gorirat just looked awesome, but let's go and break it down scene by scene. So starting off straight away with that slam. Now we see a new attack from the Univolt there, then shred him up with the machine gun. Look at the slams! The slams are crazy! Boom! 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 I love that. That's so good. Look at this. Boom! Boom! This is like a fight from the Matrix. That is so cool. Not a lot going on in the scenery in this one. Oh, hold on. What was that? What was that? As I said that. Are these waterfalls? They may just be waterfalls, but there's one of the towers we have seen up there as well. Wow. Yeah, there's not a lot in the backgrounds going on here. We get another look at the snow mountain there. We've got the mountain off there with some builds. Yeah, not a lot going on in this one. And then we have this end scene here. So we've got Univolt chilling over here. Incineram, Gorirat, Caztecx, and ourselves all eating from this basket of fruit. We've got the baskets back here. Mammorest. What's Mammorest doing back there? Mammorest seems to be eating or something back there. Not too sure, but then we got the automation table at the back. I'm going to assume down here, this is the electric thing that we've seen Jolthog and Univolt powering previously. And then we've obviously got one of the storages for the pals there as well. So not a great deal going on. We can see how incredible Incineram looks here. Incineram is, so far, I think, is probably the coolest looking. But if I had to weigh up between Gorirat and Incineram right now, I'm going Gorirat. That fighting style is so good. That movement, it just looks like a lot of fun to run around with and to have as your pal to run alongside. Plus, he does look cool. Not quite as cool as Incineram, but appearance is only good up to a certain point. After that, it's the abilities and stuff. Now, Incineram does seem to have some great abilities, but we haven't seen them as much. And Gorirat showed off that his variety of those melee attacks were just so good. Now, I am just going to skim back through once again, just to make sure I didn't miss anything there before we move on to who is up next. Now, straight away, right at the very start of the video, we can get quite a good look at the scenery back here. Now, it doesn't look like a lot of it is rendered in, but just look at the variety here. So we have the grass up here, we have the mountains behind. Just behind that, we have some hills, which something is here, but I can't quite make it out. You've then got the snow mountain all the way up the back, and then a giant tree, but up behind that, and then we've got this here as well, which we have seen before. So not a great deal here, but just a nice look at the variety that the world has to offer. And then again here, when we go to pet the Gorirat, you can see off in the background we have that volcano area over there as well. So this map is coming across as huge, but that does seem to be it. Let's see who we have next. Oh, we have a classic. We have Anubis, which will be a very familiar name to many of you, especially if you've played Craftopia. So I gotta say, Gorirat is now on my top spot. Incineram is great, and it is pretty neck and neck, but I just can't get over how good his fighting style seems. Especially for me, who likes to play a little bit faster, this seems like the perfect PAL to do that with. Especially as we only got to look at that kind of main slam, it'd be interesting to see a variety of other attacks, or potentially teaching Gorirat other attacks, but he could definitely be a main. But that's Gorirat, and that's another Paldeck covered. Now I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please do drop a like and subscribe, join the Caztecx Discord, all the links are down below. Now as I mentioned, this week we get the official release date for Palworld. Now I will cover it the moment it drops and get it out as fast as possible. We are getting a brand new trailer, and this could very well be the best one yet, as this will most likely be our final trailer before we all get our hands on Palworld. Now we may have ran into a slight problem. As mentioned, I want to cover every Paldeck before the launch of Palworld. But of course, January is already flying by. There's over 50 Paldecks, and I don't particularly want to be dropping like 5 videos a day covering these Paldecks. Especially when we've got other things to be covering to do with Palworld, we got other Craftopia things to be covering, and I'm going to be moving house. So I think what we'll do is I will put out probably like 2 Paldecks per day, and we just keep them coming out even after the launch. But if we had 2 Paldecks every day, then that's a good look at all of the pals, and it's consistent while we can just get on with the other content as well. But of course, other than that, we'll be getting on with the other content as well, and as soon as we know this release date for Palworld, I'll of course be jumping on that day one, getting content out, you know, doing the grind. Palworld is going to be my main game, and I can't wait to cover it all with you. But that's it from me. I'm on to the next one. Peace!